Hello, my name is Coach Tuke, and I'm the co-defensive coordinator, linebacker coach of the Southern Illinois Salukis. We've been very, very fortunate in the last 2 years, 2003, 2004, we've been Gateway champions. In 2004, we were ranked #1 in the country in scoring defense. Now, that's due to a lot of good players, obviously, but we've been able to get those guys believing in what we're doing and all choreographed and going in the same direction. What I'd like to do today is to show you some of the things we do out of man pressure with a 4-2-5. When we talk man pressure, we begin first with bullets. Anytime we hear bullets, that's going to bring our two linebackers. Okay, so we're going to bring our forefront down lineman, and we're going to bring our two linebackers in a million different ways. Okay, then we're going to cover with our 5 DBs. We would read the passing strength with our secondary. So we'd go ahead and give a left call here, so our strong safety would line here. Free safety would be here. Our weak safety would be here. Corner, corner. When we bring bullets, you could just take these guys out of it for a minute and play zero coverage. When we hear bullets, our two safeties will cover number 2, and our free safety will now cover number 3. So we're going to go ahead and take these 6 out, and then we're going to play man-to-man right here. Now, where it gets into a scenario where you may play some combination coverages is when they get into some two-back type of stuff. Okay, now 2 and 3's in the backfield, so we would go ahead and give a banjo call between the free and the weak. So if they were to split, then that would be easy to cover. No different than we may have a pro-eye strong with a strong safety and the free safety. We go ahead and give a banjo call here, lock call there, and then that way we could play 2-on-2 situation here, because if a guy were to run underneath and this to flare, and we went ahead and didn't banjo and we locked this up, obviously that is not a great scenario. So we just go ahead and play in and out on this. We line up outside this guy, you line up outside this guy, and then we'd let them disperse, then we'd get them covered that way. When we call bullets, okay, there's 6 gaps and we got 6 defenders. We're going to run through those open gaps as linebackers. So if we got tight G-aim bullets, okay, this is what this would look like. With an aim or slant, okay, we're coming across, cross and face. Now the A gap's open and the B gap's open. Our 2 ends are quarterback contained. They are jetting up the field. Okay, he's not a C-gap player. He's going to get up the field. The C-gap players, whoever has that guy man-to-man. Now the Sam and the Mike would then run through their primary gaps. Keeping this like that allows us to do a lot of different things. So if we would call tight G, Toro, take, bring this guy down inside, then we could bring the guy outside. Okay? We could, based on our fronts and slants, we could bring these 2 guys however we would like. Another one we have, which is a very good empty blitz, if there's no backs in the backfield, we'll go ahead and line these guys up. Five across the board. There's only or 6 across the board, and there's only 5 to protect. So someone's coming unblocked. We're going to blitz them all, but what we're going to do is we're going to read triangles. Meaning if this tackle were to block the Sam, okay, come out, he's going to drop out. Because of the man stuff in the secondary, you may get a bunch of crossers or screens or you know, receiver screens and those type of things, so that would be good there. Then he is now blitzing. If the center were to attack and block the tackle, okay, he would drop out. If the tackle would choose the end, then the Mike would rush and the end would drop. So you're guaranteeing pressure because they only got 5 guys here, so somebody's getting blocked or left unblocked, okay? So you're going to get the ball out now, whereas if, you know, they're running a bunch of crossers or little things here, they're looking to dump the ball quick or screens, you got guys underneath that can help you there. But that's our bullets. So when you hear bullets, that's basically saying both linebackers are blitzing, the 4 down linemen are blitzing, and our secondary is playing true zero cover. With the weak safety and a strong safety taking number 2, free safety taking number 3. Now, the next blitz we get into is smokes or lions. We have several ways we can run this. We can run an R or an L smoke, meaning a wide to the field or into the boundary. A short smoke would be an L. So if this is the boundary, we go ahead and read the passing strength. We wanted to bring an L smoke or a wide smoke here. All we'd have to do is we can run a left G Army, L smoke, okay, and then we get it covered from there. The free safety covers number 2 to the smoke side. So if we're bringing here, we're locking up man-to-man there. Zero cover, the linebackers, okay, needs to take care of the running backs. And zero coverage, if we have 2 backers to cover 2 running backs, we're going to call that a blanket. We're going to put blanket coverage, so if however they disperse, we disperse. Okay? If we got zero coverage and there's only 1 back, then we're going to fiddle that. Meaning wherever he goes, 1 will go, 1 will be low hole. If there's 1 linebacker in coverage on 1 back, then we would consider that a lock. Wherever he goes, you go. That's zero coverage to us. We could run a T or an S smoke. T and S, this would be also an example of a T smoke because we're bringing it to the tight end. If we run an S, we're bringing it from the split side of the formation. Now he's going. He's got 2 weak, which could be in the backfield, which means he would be free. He would be locked up on the tight end. A lion, all that does is refer to is changing the blitz pattern. We're going to run the end up the field and run the strong down inside. Slow to go is better than too fast. Get too fast, sometimes you'll block yourself. Okay? The difference between a smoke and a lion is just coming underneath. Now, anytime we run a smoke or a lion, it's the safety's responsibility to communicate to the defensive end what we're running. We'll go ahead and read the formation here. Okay, so this would be a right call in the secondary. So I could give a tight G slam, T smoke. And what that does is, now we're bringing the smoke from this side. So he locks up here, he's going number 2 to the smoke side. Now the weak safety is going to tell this end either a fire, okay, or a jet call. Jetting up the field would be if we call the lion. A fire would be for the smoke. If we fire call it, he's going to take 2 steps straight up the field and then hard down inside. And what that allows us to do, if he releases and they slide protect, we can get 2 off an edge. If he pass protects, he's coming underneath. And now we got 2 off an edge. That would be a fire call. He comes up, jet, jet, jet. Now he's coming up the field. Now he's coming underneath with a line call. Because of the one back, they would turn to look at each other, blanket, blanket, or fiddle, 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 2-on-1. Wherever he goes, I go. Now, I got the low hole player. Now, with this comes into blitz and peel. Bringing the weak safety off the edge here with a T smoke. We got the back covered, okay? And we're running a fire technique and bringing him off the edge. If they were to run option, okay, or something like that, he's PFC. This is his smoke rules, pitch, flare, contain. He is going to blitz and peel with a flare route. The SAM on any flare, he's going to add to the blitz. If I see that flare, I'd take a step with the flare and I'm adding to the blitz. Now I got my low hole player there. We don't feel like, especially for screens and things like that, this tight end could pick our SAM up and he could get the ball on the edge right now. And that's the same thing with the option, okay? And then pitch, flare, and then quarterback contain. None of that happens, then you can't let the quarterback get outside of you. So you are our quarterback player, so if you get back away, you've got to climb for boot. Because if you were to chase the boot, we would have, or the dive here, we'd have nobody on quarterback. So back away, you got to climb for quarterback, for the boot. Now we also have double smoke or lion. We would go ahead and read the formation just like normal. We're going to start in 2 high look on everything, but we'd rock it down unless we stay high. So if we want to run double smoke, he's going to walk down, and he's bringing it off an edge. Both guys would give a fire technique. Okay, so fire, fire, fire. Bring it off the edge. Because of the 2 back, we got a blanket call here. He's going to the number 2 receiver. Now, where adjustments need to come is when you get into 1 back. Anytime you double smoke and you have 1 back, you're either going to put a linebacker into coverage on a tight end or a receiver, or you got to switch the blitz. So if we got a double smoke here, okay, he would rock down and come, he'd cover here, but because of the 1 back, we don't have a guy on this tight end. Okay, we have several ways to combat this. Our weak safety is taught in 0 coverage to check change. He would tell the SAM, check change, check change. Check change, tell the Sam to tell the Mike you got lock on the back and I'm replacing. Now I'm the blitzer. Then the weak safety, okay, covers the tight end. So based on nothing the offense can do can get me out of bringing two off an edge. Now they may get me from bringing the Sam, or maybe I don't want my Sam blitzing. Maybe he can't do that necessarily, or he's not as good at it, or maybe he's just that good at blitzing. You want the weak safety to come. So what we would do is we would add 0 rat to the call. Rat tells the linebacker to take care of the tight end. So the weak safety come down, fire, fire, fire. He's bringing it. Okay. Now with the rat, he's going to give him a lock, lock, lock. Rat, rat, rat. Now we got man to man, man to man. Got him on that guy free on number 2. Got the corner on him. Likewise, if it's trips to this side, we'd still read the formation. If we got double smoke, now he knows 3 to his side. He's going to cover number 2. 0 rat, that would take him. If no rat's called, then he would be the check change. Now he would come and bring it on the check change, and I would cover the tight end. Anytime you get a check change, you got to make sure he knows lock, 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 because he's the only guy in the back, because it went from a fiddle to a check change to a lock call. If you wanted to bring the safeties no matter what, okay, you would run a rat call. Now, if there's no tight ends in the game and they go in one back, you have to choose. Personally, I'm not going to lock up a linebacker on a receiver. Okay, if we call double smoke, he'd coming and going, but then there would be nobody to cover number 2 there. So this would be an automatic check change, because rat only refers to a tight end. So we're going to go ahead and bring 2 off an edge, but I'm not going to go out and cover this guy, because if that's a mismatch, that could get you beat in a hurry. That's 6 points if that's a poor job. Now the thing you got to coach to Mike is you are now pitch flare contain, PFC. So if you flare, you got a blitz and peel. Now the Sam's added. Okay, backs away. You got to climb for the quarterback boot. You're the widest blitzer, so you would have smoke rules, which is pitch, flare, contain, PFC. What I want to show you now is our dogs, which our dogs is a safety, an outside safety, and a linebacker. Those same combinations, we can run the tight dog, we can run a split dog, we can run an R and L dog, or a fielder boundary dog. Okay? Go ahead and read the formation. If we decided to run a T-dog, we're going to bring these guys off an edge here. Okay? Now the coaching point is we can run a million combinations of slants and bring all these guys different things. But when there's a 3-man surface, this safety, or all the time, he's going to yell dog, dog, dog to the end. When the end has a 3-man surface, a dog call tells him, hey, I'm going to run just like I would a fire. 2 steps underneath. Where you got to understand as a defensive end is if you're on a 2-man surface. Okay, we're bringing 4 guys through 3 gaps. 1, 2, 3. So I only want the end to come if we need the end to come. And this is how we do it. You get a dog, dog, dog call, okay? You're going to rip and run through the tackle. If he does anything but pass set to block you, okay, you're going to come and be a part of the blitz. So if he steps down, now we got two off an edge. If he steps out to block the smoker here, okay, now we got these two guys. 2-on-1. But when the offensive tackle pass sets on the end, okay, he's going to react and drop out. Okay, so we're eating up this offensive tackle, but what that allows us to do is clear up the space so we don't have these two guys running into each other. Then when he drops out, he can help on a jet screen, he can help on a crosser, okay, or he can help on a quarterback pulling the ball down and running with it. Now, anytime I give you, or we've given them a slant, that supersedes any communication with the safety. So if I'm bringing here and if I give them a tight G crash, even though he gets a dog call, he's coming down inside. Whether it's a two-man surface or a three-man surface. A crash call, even though he got a dog, you're running the crash. Okay? So if I gave a tight G aim crash, dog C, now he's outside and he's outside. The important coaching point here is on the Sam, he's got to understand I got to come underneath all blocks. We could do the same thing we did with the smokes, is we could take the end and run a line with it. We could jet him up the field and bring both those two guys up inside of them. Same way. It's still a dog. Nothing changes. We just call dog line. Okay? And then we're telling those guys where to go. Free safety takes number 2 to the dog side. Still going to read the formation. Okay? But let's say I wanted to bring a field dog. This would be an L dog. So a typical call might be a right, take, L dog C. So we're in right front. Okay? Take would supersede, even though the strong safety is going to give him a dog, 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 he's going to run the take. Because he's to the field and he's to the L side, he's now going. We're bringing a Mike off into C gap. Dog C. Okay? The free safety, read the formation. Now he would stimulate cover number 2, weak safety number 2, corner number 2 there, or number 1 there. He's got to understand the Sam has the back. Now, one thing you may get into is a 2-back situation. If you get 2 backs and you're running it here, now, the Sam will always have the tailback if there's 2 backs in the backfield. The weak safety would be responsible, okay, for any back out, full back out in the flat, okay, with the free. So if they were to do this, this would be easy to pick up. The linebacker remaining is responsible for the tailback. Okay, if it's split backs, the linebacker is responsible, okay, for the back to the dog side. There is a situation where we may need to check the blitz also. When we get into trips, let's say we want to run a field dog, or this scenario would be an L dog. Okay, we'll go ahead and read the formation. And we're going to run a dog here. If we run a dog, we're bringing this guy, he's covering 2 to the dog side. Okay, he now has the back. His rule's not to come over to cover number 3, he's got number 2. So what the strong safety's going to do, okay, because no one would have the tight end, we could rat it, where now he knows he's got the tight end, he's got here, or the thing we do the most is check money. Check money is going to pull him off of the blitz, and he's going to cover the tight end. He's going to cover number 2. Now, I'm coming replacing, I got PFC, pitch, flare, contain. The strong safety. Now the Mike is now replacing where the Sam was going to go. Weak safety come down, cover the remaining back. That's the check money off of trips. Anytime you hear check money, now you're replacing. If he flares, no different than the other stuff you do, you got flare, PFC, pitch, flare, contain, quarterback contain. Back away, you got to climb for the boot. But just like all our others, we could bring a fielder, a boundary dog, a T dog, okay? We could bring a S dog if we want to bring it from away, from the strength of the formation, the running strength of the formation. What I'd like to do now is to show you some examples of each of our blitz game, okay? Not every single example's on there, but you'll see some of the adjustments to one back that we've made and just some of the coaching points that I've talked about today. This first example I have is a double lion, which meaning we're bringing 2 safeties off an edge. This first example I have coverage-wise is 0 rat. So he's going to take number 2 because we read the formation. This is a trip set, so you got 3 eligible receivers right here. If this was not a 0 rat, okay, bring him off the edge and just straight 0, they would cover the backs, bring him off the edge, no one would be on the tight end. But because of the 0 rat, he'll cover number 2, he'll cover the tight end, bringing a lion up inside here, bringing a lion up inside here. Now once you know he's locked on, not going, you need to add. We're going to blitz hug everyone that doesn't go out for a route. We're going to go ahead, squeeze the air out, especially for the screens. He's got the tailback. Now here's an example where it's a double lion, and as a coordinator, we did not rat it. Okay, so we got a 1-back set, a 2-by-2 set, 2 eligibles, 2 eligibles. So this safety cannot go. He gave a check change. Now the linebacker's going on the lion, okay, and the safety's going on the lion. You still got 2 guys coming, okay? No different this guy, you just got a different guy covering. Instead of the rat call with the linebacker, and you can tell he's telling him a lock, 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 because this started as a fiddle. Fiddle, 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 2 on 1 on the back, check change, lock, 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 now you're bringing it. Now here's a dog call. We're running an S dog. Okay, here's a tight end, so that means we're running away. We're going to go ahead and read the formation. It's a left call in the secondary. We're going to bring a dog to this side. So he's pitch flare contained. He's a dog C, so he's going to go outside in the C gap. He's contained or jet. Now, right here, he has the back. He may need to cover down a little bit because the back's offset to be able to cover him. Free safety's got 2 to the dog side. Corner's got number 1s. Weak safety's got 2 here. You can game plan depending on your week. You may want to go ahead and blitz hug this tight end, or you may want to set the help on 1. You may go to 2 for the crossers. However you feel best that week, you may want to play the guy when he blocks and don't go out for a route. As a general rule, we're going to blitz hug it. We're going to squeeze the air out of this tight end, get up in here for the screens, quarterback rollout or escape, those type of things. The one thing you got to understand, okay, it's gap oriented. Everybody's got a gap, so no matter the blocking scheme, you got to stay where needed. Here's an example of a T-dog. Front-wise, this is a T-dog A, so we're just bringing the linebacker up an A gap. The last one was a dog C where the linebacker is going into C gap. So the tight end's here. We'll go ahead and read the formation. Got a right call, our strong safety's here. He's going to cover number 2. Free safety knows he's got number 2 to the dog side. So he's going to come over and cover the tight end. Got man-to-man, man-to-man. Now the other linebacker knows he's got the back. Again, it's very important that this safety communicate to the end what's going on. T-dog, got dog, dog, dog. Here he's in the slant. He would slant inside. If it's a dog, 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 got a 3-man surface, he's going to take his first 2 steps and then come underneath if it wasn't a slant call. Here he's got a slant. He's going to end up and stay in C gap. This is a nice job of the linebacker having good pad level on the blitz. Bullets. These are bringing both linebackers in a million different ways. But we're going to bring these 4 guys, bring these 2 linebackers, and then we're going to cover with everybody else. Here we got corners over. He's got the tight end, and then we're banjoing on the 2 backs. Just running through your gaps. I'd like to thank you for watching our man pressure for the 4-2-5. Again, none of this stuff we've invented. We've gotten from other guys. We've gotten our kids believing in what we're doing, and we've been successful. Thanks and have a great day.